Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, Myoplex presents Super Classic 8 Pro Football Team Arm Wrestling Championships. Also featuring the men's professional light heavyweights and the women's professional championship. Won it last year, but he seems to win it every other year. Can he repeat?
Well, it's going to be tough for Johnny Walker. He is the defending champion, but he's going to have a tough time with Rosencrans, who is very good also.
All right, let's get to my favorite. And after one round in the men's light heavyweight division, here's the standings. Johnny Walker, Clay Rosencrans, and John Buononato lead the way in the undefeated column. Hi, I'm Paul McGuire here at the Imperial Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. And a coach of the Los Angeles Raiders, a good friend of mine, just happened to stop by, Tom Flores, and we're talking about arm wrestling. Not only do we have the professional football players, we have beautiful women here arm wrestling, but the men's light heavyweight championship, what competition?
Oh, it's tremendous. We have Johnny Walker, we have Clay Rosencrans, to name two, along with some newcomers, along with some veterans. It's going to be an interesting competition.
And everybody wants to dethrone Johnny Walker. We're going to get to that action right now. And we are now starting the men's second round. This is the men's light heavyweight championship. Johnny Walker, the defending champion, will be going up against Charles Barbee. Johnny Walker is on the left, Charles Barbee on the right. Charles Barbee has one loss. This is a double elimination. Johnny Walker doesn't take long, and once he gets locked up, he won't talk. Once he gets ready, John will take a look at the ceiling. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, well, John is such a nice person off the stage, and when he's not competing, he smiles and is very personable. But boy, when he gets on the stage,
one, two, go!
And here he goes.
Did you look what he just did?
That was impressive. He took his best shot. He took Charles' best shot, and then just stood there and then overpowered him. I mean, it's unbelievable. Right here, you can see Charles giving it his best shot, and he gets a little slight advantage. And now John just stays there, and then all of a sudden he says, well, I think it's time. Wow, look at this. He was at a disadvantage, and now he comes. Here he comes. Leading right into it, putting it down. It was terrific.
Clay Rosencrans and Gary Ray. Now, they both have a victory, so, and again, I'll repeat, it's a double elimination. Clay Rosencrans on the left. That's Clay. And Gary Ray will be on your right. That's Gary.
I'm not going to talk to you.
And Clay Rosencrans, the first time he arm wrestled Tom in the first round, it took about 7 minutes for him to get settled down and ready. And it's every year they have a problem with Clay Rosencrans. And it's just the intensity of these men. That's Bob Campreger, who is the official. Virgil Arciero is in the front, the second referee.
When I put my hand on it, I can pull your finger off, so I don't want to do that. When I go to grab,
I wonder when they get together, the Rosencrans family, they have so many brothers that they all arm wrestle. I wonder how long it takes them to get through around the family at the family reunions.
I think it's a little easier for them to lock up than it is here.
I wonder if Clay is as intense there. I tell you, he is such an intense person. You're right about that. He walks in the room. He doesn't even look from side to side. He just walks over and starts practicing.
If you look at his thumb. I shook hands with him, and it's like shaking hands with granite. I mean, it's hard as a rock. His hands.
It's not even straight.
What they can't do is get any kind of an advantage. They can't start putting pressure on. They can't do anything. Bob Campreger, well, he'll feel the pressure in their hands. He can see the straining in their face. Clay Rosencrans, every time when he's ready to go before you take a look. You see the straining now. This is one.
Yeah, straight both sides. Ready? 1, 2, go!
Gary Ray and Clay Rosencrans. Gary Ray had Clay Rosencrans almost to the pad. And look at Clay. Clay got underneath, and he's coming back up. Are they slipping out? No, it's Clay Rosencrans that has the advantage now. And Gary Ray. Gary Ray can't believe it. I thought, he was almost at the pad.
That was the most impressive victory as of to date, Paul. That was just unbelievable because, the average man would have lost. Clay was 2/3 pinned, and he came back and delivered it. Look at the strain. Look at the effort. Look at the intensity. Gosh, wow. It looks like when we play the Seattle Seahawks or the Denver Broncos.
Jerome Mitchell on the left. He won his first match, and Jack Wynn, he is 0-1. Jack Wynn, if he loses here, he is out. He would be the third man out of the competition.
Ready, 1, 2, go!
Jerome Mitchell's got the advantage. Jerome Mitchell has the advantage. Bob Kempreger put his arm up and looked like that Jerome Mitchell was going to take Jack Wynn down. But look at Jack Wynn come back and pull and pull. Jack Wynn, can you believe that, Tom? All the way almost to the pad and turns around and comes back to Wynn, beats Jerome Mitchell.
That's really great sportsmanship on the part of Jerome, too, because he thought he had him, and he didn't have him. Look at right here. Jerome is on top of him. He's got his wrist turned, and look at the effort by Jack Wynn. It's unbelievable. Look at the face. Look at him. He gives another shot, and he pulls him all the way back. And at this point right here, it's just totally amazing. And Jerome was really a good sport about it because he went off with a disbelief. Here's a comeback. Here it is right here. Jerome, and then look at Jack pump. Look at that pump. One. And then now one more, and he's got him.
Championship, Walker Rosencrans, Johnny Brzenk Jr., and John Buononato all remain undefeated. Those eliminated in this third round are Ray Bergstrom, James Wynn, and John Woolsey. Back at the Imperial Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, Mioflex Super Classic 8 Professional Armwrestling Championships. This is the fourth round of the men's light heavyweight championship. Defending champion Johnny Walker, 3-0. John Buononato, he is 3-0. It's a double elimination here. And Johnny Walker, this is the first time he's had problems. And Johnny Walker beats John Buononato. That is a tough match. Johnny Walker goes to 4-0. John Buononato goes to 3-1.
Well, John Bonato gave him all he could handle here, Paul. It's kind of surprising because Johnny Walker has won every match very quickly. But here you can see he has the advantage. And he was fighting them all the way. But John Bonato, just at the end, didn't have enough to come back from a disadvantage. Here's just a pin. Right at the end, he had about, 3 or 4 inches to go. And then finally, Johnny Walker finally got him at the end. Showed a little emotion, too.
And Dwight Hicks is over with Johnny Walker. Dwight?
Johnny, that was your toughest competition thus far today.
Tougher as we go.
It is getting tougher.
Yeah.
Do you think that took a little bit out of you, though?
Not much. Didn't take a bit out of him. I know where he's coming from. He's a shoulder roller, and I hip to him. I got him.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny, and good luck to you.
I love it. I got him. He's a shoulder roller. All right, here we go. Clay Rosencrans. Dan Stone. I'm Paul McGuire along with Tom Flores and Dwight Hicks. Dwight Hicks, San Francisco 49ers. Tom Flores, the head football coach of the Los Angeles Raiders. Clay Rosencrans 3-0. Dan Stone 2-1. If Dan loses here, he is out of the competition.
Down. Here we go. Stay there. Don't move it. Ready. 1, 2, go.
Dan Stone again. Dan Stone again. He's talking about when you're in the power lock, you cannot roll your wrist, and that's what Dan Stone is doing. The power lock is now power on power.
He's letting your wrist go.
And Bob Kempreger say you're rolling your wrist. You cannot roll your wrist. It's just a power arm wrestling straight down. And look at the face on Clay Rosencrans. I mean, he's been in this position before. His first 3 matches, so this is nothing new to him. And all of a sudden, you'll see Clay Rosencrans. He'll make a move, and it's all power. When you're in this power lock, Tom, it is all power now. It's man on man.
Yeah, they can't roll the wrist. You can see what the complaint is right there with Dan's wrist. You can't roll that over to get the advantage like they do on a normal grip. They're kind of wrestling right now, Paul. These guys have the ability to lock in a position and kind of get their second win.
He rolled me. I'm backwards.
Clay Rosencrans said he rolled me. I'm backwards. And, you know, that you got to be holding on with. They're pushing. I mean, you talk about every aspect of their body is working. Look at the face of Clay Rosencrans. He's still complaining. That in the middle of a competition, you can imagine a guy sitting there complaining.
Don't roll that wrist, Stone. You're rolling it. You're rolling the wrist.
No, I'm not. He's letting his hand go.
I'm not.
He's letting his hand go back. He is.
Isn't that amazing? How they can sit there and talk, and they sound like they're in a relaxed voice talking. Well, the guy is trying to pin you. Dan Stone has just wrapped his right leg, around the bar to try to get some more leverage. Now here's what you're talking about, Tom. This is where they take a break.
Yep.
At least if we think there's the leg. Now he brings it back. Stone brings it back. When he gets ready to make a move, then he'll grab that leg and lock it around the pole. And here comes Clay Rosencrans. Every single match he's had, it's been the same. And I cannot wait to see Clay Rosencrans and Johnny Walker lock up.
Well, if it comes to that, but here's a replay where once again Clay Rosencrans is behind, and he's over the halfway mark, and here he just puts it all together. I think he kind of caught Dan Stone in a kind of a relaxed position, or maybe when he was trying to reshift and get some more leverage. But here's the last shift to weight, and that puts Dan Stone out of it.
Walker, the defending champion, 4-0, going up against Clay Rosencrans, who is 4-0 also. Johnny Walker, and nothing that Clay Rosencrans will do, Tom, will bother him.
No, John almost puts himself in a trance. I mean, when he gets on that stage and gets ready to compete, he almost puts himself in a trance. He never looks at his opponent.
He'll look at the hands, he'll look at the lockup, and then he'll turn and look at the ceiling when he's ready. When he's ready to go, he does what he says. I do business. There he goes. Whoa. Hello. These are things to come. This was a big match last year between Clay Rosencrans and Johnny Walker, but that's only Clay's first loss.
That was impressive, Bob, because you can see here the speed involved. Now, Clay got himself in trouble in every one of his matches, but he was able to come back. This time, he just couldn't come back. John was too much for him. You watch John, watch the expression on his face and the intensity, and he gets it done. Clay just let him get the upper hand, and it was too much.
John Bonato on the left, going against John Brzenk Jr. on the right. John Brzenk Jr. is 4-0. John Buononato is 3-1. If John loses this double elimination, he loses, he's out. John Buononato has soles on his shoes are about 8 inches to give him some height advantage and also some leverage. And he looks like he's loading right there. Virgil Arceo is the referee. John Brzenk, he has been impressive, Tom.
He's done it with quickness, and you can see there he gets the early jump.
And it didn't happen. He got the early jump. John Buononato, you're looking at his face there, the intensity. Big man, big arms. John Brzenk has won all of his matches in less than 2 seconds. All of a sudden, he tried to snap John Buononato, and it didn't happen. And now we're going to see how much strength Brzenk really has. Buononato has had some tough matches. He has one loss, and if he loses this one, he's out. He is out. And this is going to be for 4th place. John Buononato is holding up. John Buononato wins. That's the first loss of John Brzenk Jr. He's still in the competition.
Yeah, he certainly is, Paul. That was a tremendous match. It was pretty even all the way. John Buononato had to win because otherwise he was out. But you can see here, they're pretty well even right at this point. John Brzenk beat most of his opponents with speed, but John Buononato was just a little too strong for him at the end.
Doesn't look like they touched, but once the referee says that's it. Dwight Hicks is with John Buononato, and Dwight?
John, it was a must-win for you, and you pulled it out.
The pressure was on. I owed him one. He beat me in Petaluma. I got even with him. We always have a good pull, and I trained hard for this, but I'm burnt right now.
Okay, you have one of these platform shoes here. How do they help you?
Okay, the reason for it, I'm so short, I can't get the levers that I want. The boots enable me to come up another 4 inches, and my style is coming in. And the boots allow me to give a lot of tricep power, pushing down.
It gives you more leverage.
Exactly.
Well, good luck to you, John.
Thank you.
6 rounds of the men's professional light heavyweight competition are over, but the battle for 3rd and 4th place has just begun. Johnny Walker is still undefeated at 6-0, with John Buononato a close second at 5-1. Hi, I'm Paul McGuire here at the Imperial Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. And a coach of the Los Angeles Raiders, a good friend of mine, just happened to stop by, Tom Flores, and we're talking about arm wrestling. Not only do we have the professional football players, we have beautiful women here arm wrestling, but the men's light heavyweight championship, what competition?
Oh, it's tremendous. We have Johnny Walker, we have Clay.
Right, they both 4-2. They have 2 losses. They were eliminated, but this is for 3rd and 4th. And coming up after that will be could be the championship between Johnny Walker and Johnny Buononato.
Clay, every match I played him in the day, he's always gotten at a disadvantage. His opponent has always beaten him in the start, and he's always had to come from behind, even the ones that he won. And the 2 that he lost, or the 1 that the 2 that he lost, he just got so far behind he couldn't do it. I think that has shown its toll, don't you?
Yeah, well, he talked about it earlier. He just said it's every time you do that, it's like 3 people. John Brzenk Jr. That looked like John Brzenk at the beginning of this match in the 1st and 2nd round when he took everybody down at 1 second. Clay Rosencrans gets 4th place. John Brzenk Jr. 3rd.
You can see the pin coming up now, and I think that Clay just didn't have much left after the tough battles he had today, and John Brzenk Jr. was very quick.
He's pushing.
Here they go again. This is tough. This could be for the championship. Johnny Walker on the left, no defeats. John Bonato, this is for 2nd place for him, or a chance to compete one more time against Johnny Walker for the championship. John Bonato has 1 defeat.
Ready, 1, 2, go.
John Bonato he hasn't turned. It's obvious the guy standing next to me is for John Buononato. It's easy for him to say, John, stay there, but Johnny Walker is strong. Look at the arms on Johnny Walker moving. His muscles are ripping. Johnny does not, I'll tell you, the one thing about him, he never gives up. He is tough. And Buononato is in a position right now where he must look at the veins of John Buononato's arm. They look like they're ready to pop. This is tough. This is the 2nd time they're going at it. He's got a hold of this position and trying to wear Johnny Walker down, but John Buononato's putting everything he has into that try there, and he couldn't move Johnny Walker. And here comes the hands slipping out again. He is not touched yet. There will be a championship match, a rematch. Johnny Walker was not happy. John Buononato is happy. There's going to be another round for the championship. Here it comes.
Right here.
Yes.
You can see that the hand, I think, was below the pad, even though the forearm might have not touched. But that was a tremendous victory for John Buononato. What an upset and what a competitor. I'll tell you, Paul, this is going to be a great, great championship final.
John Buononato. Look at now he'll take the MyoFlex rub. And he'll wrap that thing to the towel. Look at the size of his arm. Look at the redness, Tom, around his elbow.
Yeah, I think that match, even though he won, I think it took a little bit more out of him than it did Johnny Walker, because Johnny Walker has had very speedy victories throughout the day, where John Buononato has had to work a little bit more. But boy, I tell you, it's going to be some finale. Oh boy.
MyoFlex Super Classic 8 Pro Football Team Arm Wrestling Championships.